Hello friends, it's Julie and welcome to Freeform Friday, where I do a video on a subject that I wanted to share with you. And today that was my dog, it is dealing with chronic illnesses, and I have multiple ones: rheumatoid arthritis, Sjogren's, Raynaud's, type 1 diabetes, LADA, and one or two more undiagnosed things we haven't figured out yet. So it's been about 2 years since all of this started, and there's been a lot of ups and downs. So I've been learning more and more about how to manage this, and I've come up with 10 positive things about having a chronic illness. Yeah, I know it's not always positive, but it's always good to have a positive attitude as much as we can. Number one is that I've learned to live in the moment more because I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, whether I'm going to have different symptoms or I'm going to have a good or bad day. I know that this is today and this is what I can do, and I focus on that. Number two, I have a greater appreciation for what my body can do. There's nothing like losing a function like your pancreas to make you say, oh my gosh, it did a lot for me, didn't it? Or how much my immune system used to be good. The things that I'm able to do physically and that my body is able to do, I'm just appreciative of the things that I can. Number three, kind of goes along with that, is increased empathy for other people who have chronic issues or live in pain. Before, I wasn't really aware of it. I mean, you don't really get it to get it. So now that when I see somebody who looks like they are normal, I give them more grace because I don't know what they're going through. I mean, even if they don't have a chronic illness, they could be going through a hard time in life. Number four is we get to legally experiment with different drugs. Okay, maybe it's not such a positive, but we get to try all these different things and learn about different drugs and different classes of drugs. And you get to do all these medical procedures too. I've learned so much about medical things. Number five, you get to meet new people. Okay, so maybe most of it is medical staff. I've been meeting a little bit of people who also have similar things, and what I've done is I've joined a couple Facebook groups, and they're full of people who are supportive and are going through similar things, and I learn so much, and it's like that's my people now. I would encourage you to find people out there that you can be, that will be supportive, be empathetic, help you through this, whether it is online or in person. And if you have autoimmune issues, it's likely that somebody else in your family has the same things. Number six, getting sick is a breeze. Okay, maybe not a serious illness, but colds, flu, fever, that kind of stuff. It doesn't really faze me as much as it used to be. It just increases my symptoms a little bit. Okay, the next one is number 7. I'm learning how strong mentally that I can be. It takes so much more effort and will to do the things I used to. So it takes a greater strength just to get through a normal day than I was. And there were days that I didn't have the strength, and that's okay. Number 8, this is a big one. It is your chance to reset your life. And what I mean by that is that now that you have limited ability, limited mobility, or what have you, that it's time to focus in on what really matters in your life and get rid of the stuff that takes your energy away from that. I want to focus on what really matters now. And this can also bleed into your job, which it did for me. I did have to start a new job reselling it, which is why this lamp is here. I'm going to paint it, and there's postcards behind me, online reselling. So it changes your focus. It's really a good chance to have that nudge to say, okay, let's get serious. What is really important in my life, and let's focus on it. Number 9, I'm more aware of what I put in and on my body. And what I mean by that is with autoimmune issues, we often develop food allergies. So I went through the AIP elimination diet, and I found out some of the triggers to inflammation and such. And along the way, I learned about nutrient density, the importance of putting real foods in your body and not to have the junk and the processed stuff as much. Okay, sometimes I still have that, but I'm just human, but to the majority of my food that I have is healthier than it was before. You'd think I'd lose weight on it, but side note, insulin makes you gain weight, so I think I've gained back whatever I lost. Anyways, that's another story. And number 10, finally, self-care is a way of life. So I'm always conscious of how I'm feeling in my body. I don't want to seem selfish, but if I'm not in tune with that, then I'm going to pay for it later. Self-care becomes a way of life so I can function, and putting that as a priority instead of ignoring the signs. So self-care has really become a way of life to me. Let me know what you think. Did any of these resonate with you? Are there things that I missed? Let me know below, and let me know what you are dealing with too. And I will put a link to the playlist below of Living Life with Chronic Illness and all of those things, because I only talk about it maybe once a month or every 2 months, because it's just not the focus of my channel, although it's always a part of it, the underlying current. But times like this, I'm just want to encourage you and know you're not alone. It's okay to have your bad days, okay to have your good days, and just keep going and take care of yourself. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a joyful day. Goodbye.